People are wrong about Nether Crab's treasure. No, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just a game about a hermit crab getting his shell back from a loan shark and maybe even the enemies that he faces along the way? That's where you'd be wrong. Well, then maybe this game is about fighting big, evil corporations that don't care about common people, and eventually even getting the treasure in the end. Now, while all those things do happen in this game, that's not what Nether Crab's treasure is truly about. Now, don't get me wrong, this game does have quite a few great boss fights and beautiful vistas, and you do very much get your shell back in the end. It's just that there's a little bit more to this game than a heroic hermit crab and his journey to reclaim the shell that was once his home. Now you might be asking yourself, what am I talking about? I'm talking about shells. This game is about collecting as many shells as you can and then using their, quite frankly, overpowered abilities to blast through the game and one-tap bosses because somebody has a little too much Souls-like experience. Clearly this is a game about the devastating effects of pollution on our own oceans. The game shows just how bad pollution has and can get, and it shows just how much it's affecting the lives of the creatures inside the ocean. I mean, everywhere you go in this game you can see the trash piled up everywhere, and the souls in this game are even called microplastics. The quote-unquote theme of this game isn't very hidden at all. In fact, it's very much in your face, you can't miss it. Now, for a lot of people, that's as far as they go. No need to look deeper when the theme of the game is so obvious. I mean, I just said it's super in your face. But for some, that's not enough. If you get past just finding the treasure, and you really play the game to its full completion, you can see that that's not what this game is about. No, what this game is really about is meeting an all-knowing ocean god that looks like a string of LED lights that you would find in your 12-year-old son's bedroom, and having him trash talk you while you fall to the bottom of the ocean, and he talks to you about how meaningless your existence is. Now, if that doesn't sound fun to you, that's okay. It's not supposed to be. But don't worry. He then follows up with having the worst boss fight in any video game that I have played to date. As such, geez, I cannot talk. Also, if you made it this far in the video, clearly you don't completely hate my content, and I'm a pretty small YouTuber if you haven't noticed, so it would be awesome if you would like to support it. You don't have to leave a like or anything, just you watching this far means so much to me. Also, I'm planning, just because I really do like the crab game, I wasn't joking, I want to get the platinum trophy for it, and I thought about making a video about that. That will probably be coming out right after this one, depending on if I can stay consistent with my upload schedule or not, which I am notoriously bad about, but I promise you I am working on being better about it.
No one likes a sore loser,
You thought the
buddy.
Bleach King was the last fight? Yeah, nope, wrong. How about you go suffer with this one instead? Oh, you thought that first phase was pretty awful? Yeah, you'd be right, it was pretty awful. But don't worry, because the second phase is even worse than the first one was. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to trash on this game. I actually like this game quite a bit, and I think most of, if not all of the fights in the game, especially towards the beginning, are really good and they're very fun to fight through. I just think the ending of the game is a little weak. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Bleach King fight, even though it wasn't terrible. And I'm forgetting the name, but whatever the fight is right before the final boss is completely terrible. It's probably my least favorite boss fight in a video game ever. Now, obviously I started this video out messing around with the theme and the real meaning of this game. It's not that deep. This is a crab game about crabs. Alright, and you should just let that be what it is and enjoy that for what it is, because crab game is fun, and I like the crab game. Alright, now then, back to the true meaning of the silly little crab game, and that is very clearly, obviously, the little red cut shell. It's the best thing. This thing's amazing. It's actually so much more broken than I ever expected it to be. I've never seen just a flat out double your damage just because you hit the square button in a Souls-like game. It feels so unbalanced. And it's so fun. Honestly, I know that it gives you negatives. I know that it makes your dodging worse and like impairs your senses or whatever. It does not matter. That cost for double damage is nothing. you will be doing insane, especially if you combo it with the hammer ability. I mean, I hit bosses so hard in this game, like, it's ridiculous. I was not even that good at this game. Half of the final bosses I just killed in 3 hits with the hammer. The little red cup is the sole savior of this game. Also, quick little very smooth segue. I wanted to talk about the mantis shrimp. I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about. The one that upgrades your adaptations after you beat him. He's the best fight in the game, bar none. He's the best. I will not be listening to any arguments. He's the only fight in the game that I actually struggled with, other than like the super artificial difficulty of the second to last boss, which I hated, if you hadn't noticed. But no, Mantis Shrimp boss is the best one. It's really fun, and it's honestly not that hard once you get the mechanics down, but it feels super overwhelming when you first do it. It's the best fight, and I found myself replaying it multiple times. Another thing that I wanted to get out there real quick before I end this video, because I really need to get this video out. I put it off for way too long, and it is now 4:30 in the morning as I'm recording this, because I really desperately need to post this. Anyways, I wanted to talk about the fact that I had a silly little idea in my head. So when you're talking to the prawn shop before you beat in the game, your home shell does have a price attached to it. It's an absolutely absurd one, but it does have a price. And the first thing that my brain thought was, has anybody done it, or is it even possible to purchase it just using microplastics without beating the game? And I know that would be an absolute insane grind that would probably drive me to the brink, but I am willing to do it if the people want it. If nobody wants me to do that, I'm not going to do that, because it's absolutely insane. But if there is a demand, and if the people want it, it will happen. So let me know. Honestly, if I get even a couple people telling me to do it, I'll probably do it. That's all it would take. So there is that. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention about the people, I'm sure that you have noticed by now, if you've been following my channel at all, that I am very all over the place with the games that I play and the games that I post. I'm very I play 2 games at a time and then I move on, because that's how my brain works. Anyways, besides the point, if there's any games that you want to see me play, or anything specific that you want to see me do in a game, just leave a comment. I'll probably pin it and I'll respond to it, and I will start working on that. No promise on when it will come out, because I get busy with other things in my life, but I will and am trying to stay more consistent with this, because I would love to do this full time, whatever that would take. But like I said, if there's anything that you want to see me do, I am more than willing. It's pretty hard for me to find a game that I don't enjoy, and especially a game that I don't enjoy doing silly little challenges in, so that is on the table. Alright, well, on that note, I think I'm going to start to wrap this video up. Honestly, this whole idea for a video kind of came out of the blue. I was just kind of sitting there, and I had never even played the game before I started recording for this channel. Genuinely, the gameplay that you're seeing throughout the video is my first time ever playing the game, and I didn't want to spoil it, so I didn't go in and watch any other videos about it or really anything. I just kind of knew that people were talking about it because I saw some TikToks about it and how it was a new Souls-like, and I knew that it was at least somewhat popular, and people had mixed opinions on it, because that's what people always do. So I wanted to come in and just kind of give my thoughts about it. The crab game is great. I'm not really sure how the general population feels about it. I think it's positive, but I love this game. I don't think it's nearly as complex as something like Dark Souls or Elden Ring or anything like that, but I don't think it needs to be either. I think this game is fun because it is simple, it's a little broken, and it's pretty easy to just put all your stats and damage, and then, like I said, take the best shell in the game and use the hammer ability and just kind of one-shot everything, but I think that's fine for a little game like this. Anyways, I have hit that funny little YouTube number to make all the YouTube gods above happy. I'll see you in the next one, and look forward to me platinuming the funny little crab game. because that is something that I'm gonna do soon, I promise. Goodbye. Okay, so I know that I just said goodbye and I ended the video and everything, but I'm going through and I'm editing this right now, and I'm realizing the first half of this video, as well as every other video on this channel, I don't really know why, but I had this very melodramatic, like, blah 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 tone to everything that I was recording. I think it was just something I was doing subconsciously because I wasn't that comfortable with recording my voice. Actually, it took me a long time to get to the point where I am now. It actually even took me a long time to get to the point where I was like then. Like, I don't know what it was. I really struggled with speaking normally, but then I was up working late on this video and I just kind of started talking like a normal human being. And it's so much easier, and it actually made the voiceover and the recording a lot easier. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is this is what you will be getting from now on, and you're not going to get any more of that super choppy, kind of coming out slow commentary that honestly puts you to sleep. So, okay, there it is. Goodbye, for real.